Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are here with Mr. Nayokan and Mr. Rapid, and we are casting for you the BSL6, the last day of BSL6. This is the grand finals and the third place match. So, welcome, Mr. Rapid. Welcome, Mr. Nayokan.
Yeah, it's good to be back. The only thing I needed for my day was just more Brood War in it. I had BSL yesterday, 24 hours ago. Then I had 10 hours of KSL, and now I'm back for more. I just can't get enough.
Yeah, I don't know if you actually ever left because I woke up yesterday. You're there. I went and played ladder for about a couple hours, and then you're back on the screen. I wake up, you're back. It's like I don't think you left.
Yeah, me too. I watched the stream before going to sleep, and then after waking up, and it was still like a long stream after I woke up.
Well, yeah, I'm just good to be back. I mean, more Brood War is always good, especially more Brood War like the games today. Honestly, a lot of the KSL qualifier games were pretty one-sided. I mean, it's an open qualifier, so anybody can enter. And while there were some good games and good players, I mean, I think the games today are like just so special because they're just so deep in the biggest non-Korean tournament in the world. So you can't take that away from it. It's gonna be an amazing day of StarCraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. We've got Protoss versus Zerg across the board again. We don't have to worry about the Zerg versus Zerg. No Protoss versus Protoss. We're gonna see exactly the same as yesterday, and I'm looking forward to see who can win it all. Who's gonna get third? I'm of course rooting for DragOn, but I also hope that Dewalt. You know, he's got to be feeling not so great about yesterday, so I'm hoping that we don't have another 3-0 because to get shut out like that would be pretty unfortunate. So I do hope that Dewalt has a good showing today.
Yeah, he should have better day today because yesterday, like normally we know that True Touch is super good, but for Dewalt losing 0-3 to True Touch, it's not regular. I was expecting like maybe 3-2 score for one of them, but 3-0 for True Touch, that was definitely not Dewalt's day, and I hope that today he will deliver his bests.
Yeah, I think everybody hopes that Dewalt will do well. So I was walking through the KSL studio, and part of it is under construction because it's a new studio. And right off into the corner, when the construction workers were working, it sort of dawned in my brain, wait a second, so Dewalt works in a construction company. Yeah. And I look over, and there's this big like construction setup with a giant word Dewalt on the side because they make a lot of construction materials. I was like, wait a second. And then my brain added up 2 + 2, and I was like, yeah, that's a pretty cool way to get your ID. But yeah, I'm very excited to watch Dewalt play. I think I'm like with Nayokan. I'm definitely some NA bias here. So I want some good series, but also this is going to be another one where DragOn has to play off race. Well, he doesn't have to play, but he wants to play. And I was so impressed by watching his off race versus Bonneth that I think this is an even matchup at best, with maybe a slight edge towards Dewalt.
Yeah, I agree. I think that whoever wins this, it's going to be 3-2. It's going to be definitely very close. Unless Dewalt goes Super Saiyan mode, he's pissed off from yesterday. I imagine that this will be very close.
Yeah, especially after yesterday, just as Mr. Rapid said, especially after yesterday, DragOn was so impressive. I didn't expect that he will be able to bring such a close series against Bonnie. And like, I thought about this match, and the last match of best of 5 lasted for 15 minutes, 14 minutes, and until like 9 minutes, we didn't know who will win. It was still like, if Bonnie will see that this is another Hydra Bust. So it was very nice preparation by Mr. DragOn. Okay, so let's see the maps of our third place match. We will have Sylphid into Blockchain, into Secret Breaker, into Eddy, and into Heartbeat. So 2 new maps are possible that we will see second, and Blockchain we will see for sure.
I'm really excited for obviously Heartbeat. I always hope that we get there, not just because it's an epic ace match, but also because it's a really, really fun map. And I think we got a chance to see it in the final series of Bonneth versus DragOn. That whole series, I thought there were so many games that could have gone either way, especially game number 1 where DragOn had such an epic comeback. Well, almost comeback. I just want to watch DragOn play epic ZVP series more because he brings such a cool perspective to it because he is a Protoss player in the other 2 matchups. He just chooses to play Zerg and really does know how to exploit that versus other Protoss players.
Yeah, he's just like Kenzie, where he's switching his race,
Yeah.
and he's gonna know all the ins and outs of what to do in this situation. You could, of course, saw it in Sylphid. And did we get blockchain? Because I think we're looking at the graphic. There's benzene. I don't see blockchain.
Oh, yeah, you might be right because I set up the overlays for the grand finals too. Okay, so I will fix the second map. The first map for sure will be Sylphid. So
okay,
this is what
but
we
it
should.
is benzene as the second map, just to confirm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, excuse me.
Yeah, well, that makes it a little bit more interesting, right? Blockchain's another one of these big 4-player maps, and sure, it's a little bit weird, but Benzene is a cool 2-player map, so you get a chance to see a little bit of everything. 3-player, 2-player, 4-player. We've got the whole gambit here at the BSL, so you know, there's a little bit of everything for everyone. If you're a 2-player map kind of guy, we got you covered. 3-player maps, you know, we got it all. We don't have a 1-player map because that would be really boring, but if you're a 1-player kind of guy, then go play that campaign mission and have some fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
and I just wanted to say that our current BSL5 champion just hosted us, so thank you very much, Mr. Aeon.
Oh yeah, shout out to Eon Zerg. He's playing the KSL qualifiers yesterday. He won his group 2-0, which I don't think was super rocket science for him. I think he had a pretty easy matchup. And he just finished his last stream from Belgium before he flies out to Korea to play the KSL offline qualifiers. So super stoked to have him and I think 2 other foreign players play as well. Well, maybe only one. I don't know. But super excited to see Eon out here in Korea. And a big thanks for the host.
Yeah, hopefully he does well. I don't know how many rounds he's going to have to play, but I'm always...
Well, the entire tournament itself is a total of 196 players offline in the course of, I think, 12 groups. So they seed all these players into 12 groups, and you just play through the bracket. Single elimination, best of 3 with the best of 5 final qualifying match. So lots, many opponents.
So it's not the end. So today we have some players who are already qualified for KSL.
No, so those were the players qualifying for the offline portion. So it's 2 days of online and then an offline portion in a week. And that gives players like Eon Zerg time to qualify online and then travel to South Korea as kind of an improvement over last year where you basically just had to get on a plane as soon as you qualified. So this gives players like Eon Zerg plenty of time to get out to Korea.
Yeah, and I saw Dewalt in the list. I wonder who else from the foreign scene signed up. Since you specifically mentioned Eon Zerg, I of course don't know if Dewalt made it, but if he made it, that would be great. I think I also read in chat that Dewalt's going back to Korea. Is that correct?
I think he is actually going back to Korea. I thought because he was just out here for like 2 months, which is really surprising to hear him going back. I mean, I'm so excited that he is actually making it back to Korea because obviously, you know, people can't just like go to Korea just all the time. But from what I understand, several of the other players won all their matches. So Eon won his. Terror actually won his group, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it out to Korea. And then Sinclair, I don't know anything about this guy, but he is non-Korean. He won his group in Group D.
That's very, very cool. I hope they do well. I'm like always imagining the dream, because in StarCraft 2 we have the dream going on right now with players like Major, Showtime, you know, Cyril, of course. There's that team house. In my mind, can you imagine we have Dewalt, Eon Zerg, Bonnet, Terror, Dandy, in a team house like that? They try to make ASL. Maybe they don't make it every single time, but one player makes it out. That's something I've been waiting for like 20 years back in the days when Elke and Gur played. That would be amazing.
Yeah, and we would have like small TV series from like backstage of the Bombastic Starleauge Korea Pro House or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta get Legionnaire out here again. I think who is it? Sam has like a sick job at Samsung right now, but we get him to come back and play too. Bring them all back. That's the dream, of course. I mean, actually, the dream is kind of currently now, where we have tournaments like BSL running, tournaments like KSL that are accepting non-Korean players. You know how crazy it would be for non-Korean players to qualify for the offline portion of a major Korean tournament like 15 years ago? Just like the craziest. So very, very exciting time for Brood War.
Yeah, so hopefully they go deep. Hopefully they represent the foreigners well. You know, I really only think it takes one to go deep for Koreans to maybe catch on, like with what happened with Cadenzi and Brittany and them, like invited Cadenzi over. Like imagine Eon Zerg goes deep and then he's like, hey, we want more people like you to come over. That would be fantastic.
That's a great future you were talking about, Mr. American.
Big fan. Well, here we go. You know, I'm very excited for not only the future but the present. The games today probably going to be the best games you've seen all. I was going to say all BSL long, but also yesterday's games were pretty insane as well. But I think today's are going to be good in a very incredible way. The finals, I think, cannot be a 4-0. We made both players promise not to 4-0 each other. But honestly,
there will
that
be
would blow my
nothing
mind.
when it will be 4-0. The prize pool will go for next BSL.
That's the craziest. So I'm excited for our 3rd and 4th place match, which we will have to start, because we get a chance to watch DragOn play his epic ZVP again, and we get a chance to watch Dewalt kind of have a chance to redeem himself after getting 0-3'd by True Touch. All right, here we go in the bottom left-hand corner. In the white as Protoss, this is our Russian player Dewalt.
And in the bottom right, we've got the Canadian Hope. It is DragOn. So what are we going to see, Rapid? Are we going to see Gateway expand from Dewalt? Is it going to be Forge? What's our build going to be? What's the opener?
I mean, for Zerg, it's always Overpool. So that's basically a foregone conclusion. It's like, if I would be so surprised if that were not the build, but I guess it's not. Okay, never mind. Actually, I'm gonna hold out my predictions there, because I always expect it to be Overpool. And yeah, there's the Overlord. All right, sick. I'm 50% right. On the other side, to complete my 50% correctness, I would say that for Dewalt, I think he likes starting series off with Gateway expands, because it gives him the idea to kind of figure out what his opponent's up to. But I think if he loses game number 1, he'll go into a Forge fast expand in the 2nd game of the series. That's my predictions. I'm sticking to it.
Well, seems that we're going to have a Forge expand from Dewalt, so maybe
Damn
it flipped a little bit. But there's the Overpool from DragOn. And I was talking to DragOn yesterday about how Imba, that zealot, constant rally across the map is. And he was saying that that usually is just what happens for him versus Boneth. And if he starts off facing that type of play and it doesn't go well for him, he will start switching it up. Now, fortunately for him, there's no gateway pressure this time, so we're not going to see what the switch up is, but definitely look forward to it in future games. And really, we're just paying attention to Dewalt. Is he going to be super greedy? Is that Nexus going to go down before the cannon? It is.
Yeah, and I think she should be pretty safe overall with that Nexus, right? Because the links just started, so it will be 2 to 4 links from Mr. DragOn. So it's a very good call from Mr. Dewalt.
This is why this autopilot Overpool is not, totally the way to go. I like that it's a pretty good build. It kind of catches everything. You're not going to die to crazy early aggression, but at the same time, you're not going to kill like a 12 Nexus or something like that. And so, this is not a 12 Nexus, obviously, but it's still pretty darn early. And even though there is a cannon, you're still going to maybe have to pull a couple of probes here if DragOn were being super, super aggressive. And of course, the probe inside his base tells Dewalt that he is not. So should be pretty safe. And this is one of the hallmarks of super pro players, is that they know exactly how many corners to cut, how many cannons they need, when they have to build their defense. It's the last possible second. Dewalt is absolutely one of those players. So kind of cool to see that in action.
Yeah, and Dragon's already got his third base going up. He's got pretty standard extractor timing. And if we remember yesterday, he was able to recover from the early gateway pressure so well on Sylphid. So for him to have an opening like this, can only imagine how strong he's going to be. But I'm mostly looking for what's Dewalt gonna do, because every single game we saw yesterday was the Stargate Sair. Did not work out for him. Maybe he needs to change it up a little bit. But Dewalt, just every time I watch him, it's like he's just so standard that I actually don't think he's gonna change it up.
I actually think that he's totally fine without changing that. Like I actually just want to see what happens when if DragOn can do this 6 ZVP build against like Dewalt as well as Bonnet, because if you can play Zerg against the two best, like I think the two best Protoss players in the world, like you've got a good thing going for you, and I think he is absolutely in a great spot. Now, one thing I will say that it's hard as a Zerg player to morph the lair right in front of the probe. Like that feels a little bit bad, to not deny that information.
Yeah, so yesterday I pointed out that I think True Touch was the one that made 4 lings on Circuit Breaker, I remember specifically, and it kept the probe out. And this is something I've always been watching with the Zerg players. You see that this probe is still alive. It's gotten a full scout off for 5 minutes, and that's because probe is not worried about 2 lings. So I agree with what you said. Feels bad to morph the lair, and it's also almost done. So there's no way that he's going to cancel it because it's just going to be so late. Probe's still alive, still gets off a full scout. Of course, it doesn't matter because he's at the third base, but we do have the Stargate for Dewalt. It is going to be Sair Citadel. Again, checking the Forge, it has started +1, so everything's lining up again for the standard 7:30, 6-7 Zealot timing.
Yep, waiting for that Zealot timing to come out. One thing that kind of surprised me is that in 10 hours of KSL qualifiers, I didn't see one of that Zealot timing. It just never happened. So there was one game that had like a really cool Zealot Archon push with legs and +1. I was like, wow, this is really pretty aggressive, but not what we're seeing this game at all. Just the standard Zergling soft contain. There's only one cannon here, and I'm curious to see what is going to trigger Dewalt to maybe build more cannons, because I mean, we as observers can see that it's going to be this mass 5-hatch Hydra kind of macro play, but it's kind of a scary world out there until this Corsair gets in and gets vision, and instead of doing that, he's choosing to kill Overlords.
Yeah, he's going to get one Spire just finished, so no Scourge out just yet. DragOn already upgrading speed for his Overlords. We see the Hydrogen is upgrading speed also. I'm checking everywhere. I don't see an Evolution Chamber. So, I don't know. Is he just going hardcore Hydras without +1, or are we going to be transitioning into more hatches, split map? Not sure exactly where DragOn wants to go specifically with this build just yet, other than mass Hydra.
Yeah, but overall it's pretty brilliant, because he went for these quick Scourges, and from now on Dewalt will not be able to leave his base before he will have 5 Corsairs, and now he sniped one, very nicely done. So it will be good for DragOn, very nice strategy from the beginning, and now he will have a speed for the Healways and speed for the Overlord, so Dark Templars will not be scary. So that's very good preparation from our Canadian Protoss. Zerg, sorry.
Yeah, and we have that 7:30 timing from Dewalt, hitting a little faster, 7 minutes. Uh-oh. DragOn, no Sunkens at the third base. Really not a lot of support for the Lings. A couple Hydras. Zealots don't care about 3 Hydras. They're just going to get in there immediately. But did Dewalt overextend? DragOn reinforcing very quickly with Hydras from the back. There's still five Zealots still alive, though.
I think if you just target down the drones here, that's almost mission accomplished. Like, these are very scary Zealots. There is a Sunken there, but I think if you get maybe a couple more drone kills, then that is actually pretty worth it. Okay, so he killed maybe 4 or 5 probes there, or drones, and that's not bad. Sucks to lose your Zealots because now you have no map pressure. But at least, hey, he knows the build that's coming his way, and he was able to kind of limit some of the mining out there on the map. So it's not like it's a total loss, but he's gonna have to kind of maybe throw up some cannons. All right, he's got 4 on the way with his Templar Storm.
Yeah, so from my point of view, it didn't really look like Dewalt got much damage done, but I have to say, from Protoss, I'm assuming from Protoss's point of view, when I go to a third base and I see no sunken at all, that's got to be alarm bells that a huge Hydra swell has got to be coming, and because of that, Dewalt instantly put down 4 cannons, and that's exactly what DragOn is going for. This may be all or nothing for him, because I don't see him taking a 4th base, I don't see Evolution Chamber, I don't see Hive or nothing. He's going in a big storm, hits a ton of the Hydras, so Dewalt thwarted that pretty easily.
Yeah. This is that Mike Shinoda, or I forget who it was, has that. Oh, it's is it Jay-Z that has the door open and door closing? That's what it looks like to me. It's like the door's open, the Hydras run in, they all get stormed, door closes again. So not going to be a great opportunity to push through all of this storm, and I will say it's remarkable that Dewalt has everything like right on time. He's got the storm finishing right as the Hydras hit. Perfect defense. He does lose the gateway, but he doesn't lose the forge because that is halfway done upgrading +2.
But there is no storm left for Dewalt now, so now he's just fighting with pure Zealots and DragOn.
Yeah, that is not going to do it in the long run. In the short run, though, these Zealots are fast and strong, and those are 2 great character traits to push back Hydras.
And here comes a bunch of gateways for Dewalt. He killed so many Hydras with the storms that he's going to be looking to put on a counterattack and probably even a killing move. So what is DragOn's response? He's got his Lurker upgrade almost done. The Sares are still alive, being annoying, killing some more Overlords. But Zero, what do you think DragOn should do at this point? It doesn't seem like he's got enough of the map to like start scaling up really hard. He's already going into a defensive posture. He traded his Hydras not so great. Now he's going to give map control to Dewalt. What should he do now?
I think the 4th base and some Lurker contain should be fine, because now he don't have any chance to fight in open field when there will be so many units, and we see that there will be plenty of gateways and plenty of units from Dewalt. So I think like 4th base and trying to contain to stay in this game a little bit longer until the Hive Tech, until the Adrenaline upgrade. I think this is the option, because if you'll try to play the straight up game with the Spear Hydralis, I don't see that works.
Yeah. No, I totally agree, Zero. Once you go for it, once you have your big attack, and it doesn't work, or the Protoss like fends it off with storms and still has a big army behind it, yeah, you're not going to get the job done with Hydras. Unless you like have some sort of crazy like +1 or +2 Hydras, which you're just not going to have realistically. And yeah, there's no range upgrades on these Hydras. Yeah, you're going to need some additional tech. So I will say that one of the benefits of pushing back that particular attack is that Dewalt has a chance to get this 3rd base up. And on Sylphid, you know, it's not high ground, so there's no mischance, but there is a wall to kind of keep out Zerglings, essentially. So let's see how well this Lurker contain goes, and if it is enough to allow DragOn to get that 4th base up. But because I think he's actually just going to go for the attack instead of trying to macro up behind this. I don't know, man. He's going to get a cancel on the Nexus for sure. But if he tries to fight this, that will not go his way.
Yeah, he should run now.
Into the storm.
Oh, I don't like this engagement from DragOn. I think running now is the best option he has.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think he feels like he needs to go for it because he has the Lurkers, but look at these storms. They're insane. Every single Hydra here is going to die. And even though the Lurkers are getting a decent amount of damage, so there's an Observer. So, like, everything here, like I said, yeah, it will die. And DragOn now has even less of a chance of assaulting this 3rd base.
Yeah, and the key thing is none of the Dracoons died, whereas almost all the Lurkers died. So he's just gonna continue to push the issue. There's only Hydras here, and you pointed out just a moment ago, it's not like the Hydras have plus damage, but look at Protoss, he's already at +2, so they're gonna be packing a punch, and they're just gonna obliterate this army. I don't see DragOn stopping it. This 4th base really not gonna kick in. He's desperately trying to get Sunkens at top right, but remember yesterday he had 10 Lurkers on the platform of Circuit Breaker and still got busted, so I can't imagine 2 being enough. There goes the 4th base, and Dewalt behind it, he's got a 3rd base.
Oh, juicy storms.
Yeah, yeah, these storms are crazy. Dewalt is so on point with his storms. So he defends his own 3rd base. Maybe he had to cancel, but this is coming back up. Kills off the 4th base there for DragOn. mercilessly, and there's nothing to stop him moving forward here. He's got a ton of storm energy building up here. He's got, let's see, maybe one more storm. Okay, actually no more storm energy, so it's time to head for the hills. Even that Archon might need to, oh wow, it survives. All right, sick. But look at, there's even more units being rallied across the map. 2 more High Templar storms coming with it, and this is just Dewalt kind of running a train a little bit.
Yeah, and still, I have not seen a Dragoon go down. He's got like 24 of them. He's just able to constantly build Zealots and Templars. Like, this army, oh my god, how do you stop it? I look in the main of Dragon, he's trying to go Evolution Chambers. Yep, there's GG.
Yeah.
So, wow. Dewalt angry today.
I like the way you put that. Yeah, he is. It is clear that he has an idea about every part of what Dragon is going to do. And I thought that was one of the cool things about Dragon versus Dewalt, is that when Dragon would beat Boneth yesterday, Boneth would kind of adjust. He's like figure it out little bit by little bit, and I think that helped him in the final series to take it home. But I think Dewalt has sort of watched that, and he's like, okay, wait a second, this is what you do. And maybe he even knew that Dragon was not going to try to macro it out on 4 or 5 bases, but would just try to go for it. I don't know. But either way, Dewalt winning game number 1 is already more games than he won yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's good job from Dewalt. Yeah, but this was very convincing win, and I think that DragOn now will maybe feel like that he's not capable of playing longer game against Dewalt, because it feels like Dewalt had a full game under the control.
Yeah,
I mean, I think Dragon's more than capable of playing a full game. What do you think, Nayokin?
Yeah, I think Dragon is definitely not the type of player that thinks I can't beat this guy. I think he's just going to go into the next game, compose himself, and definitely try and play better. I don't think he needs to cheese. If he did cheese, I think that could be a good tactic, though, because like versus Bonnet in the 4th game where he cheesed, it makes the other player worried, because you're playing a standard player now. All of a sudden, he's going crazy. So if you show cheese in the 2nd game, whether it wins or loses doesn't matter, because now Dewalt is going to have to be scared. So I wouldn't mind cheese, but I don't think Dragon has to cheese.
And it worked against Bonnie, so it also should work against Dewalt if he will decide to go for it.
That's true. Yeah, oh man, cheesing Bonnet. How do you choose to do that? But very, very strong when it is brought very potently, and I think Dragon definitely has some potent cheeses. Got some Limburger, stuff like that. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen here in game number 2. And if I'm not mistaken, the map for game number 2 is... Wait, I thought it was either Blockchain or Benzene, but it's Circuit Breaker.
Yeah, it's Circuit Breaker. I fixed that,
sick.
So sorry.
Okay, alright, got it. Just checking.
Yeah, so we've got a good map for Dragon. He looked pretty good, other than the Lurkers not having support yesterday. So, and then of course it's Circuit Breaker, right? So
yeah,
you got to favor Dragon on this map. I don't see how you can't favor him. But Dewalt looked so strong that that was a convincing win. The guy, it was just amazing. So I don't know.
Well, I think Dragon kind of made it a convincing win by just saying, no, we're not going to fall back in macro. We're absolutely fighting right here. Didn't go his way. Because he got the cancel on the base, he just runs away. Just leave. Like, you did it. Sick. But I don't know. I want to see if like you are saying, that there is some dirty cheese coming his way. I'd be excited to see it, so I hope that maybe he's got something special for us. But in truth, just all of these games are going to be special. So I hope you guys are enjoying the 3rd and 4th place match before the grand finals. So let's get into it. Game number 2 on Circuit Breakers. All right, here we are on the map. Circuit Breakers in the bottom left-hand corner in the blue. This is our Canadian Zerg player, Dragon.
And in the top left, he's up 1-0. It is Dewalt. So before this game started, I was thinking to myself, if Dragon's gonna cheese, what would be the best cheese? And I actually thought that a 5-pool would be good, because every time I've seen Dewalt Forge expand, he's put the Forge at a standard time, but it's always late. And based on how last game went, I don't expect him to gateway expand. There it is. There goes that probe. So in my dream scenario, Dragon scouts top first, like he's doing. He 5-pools. Yeah. And then he kills him. But luckily, Dewalt would have already dashed those dreams because he would have gotten off a first scout. So thank you, Dragon, for not 5-pool.
But if it would be dream scenario, Dewalt will scout to the right. And it should be all fine.
That's about the perfect storm if you're going to go for an early pool.
He missed it. Oh.
Wait, what? No. Okay, he turned around. Yeah. Wow. That every time, especially for Zerg, like if you miss where a Zerg base is because of the creep, you are really, really struggling. Whoa. Now, the probe's hidden. It didn't get seen by the Overlord.
Yeah, he did this yesterday. Do you remember that on Sylphid? He also had movement like this, and oh my gosh, he's sending out a second probe.
But didn't first Overlord saw the first probe? I think he saw it, right?
I don't think he did.
I don't think so.
He proxy gates in his base.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Because he did this once before, like you said. This is incredible because you have to send out such an early probe, and it has to not get seen. And I think both of those things are true. With the second probe coming in, I think that's coming in at maybe the cross scout timing. I'm not totally exactly sure, or maybe it's just like an after gateway or a forge probe. So. Yeah, this is actually really, really cool. Dewalt's selling it pretty hard. He knows that there's no natural expansion, so obviously, you know, the Zerglings, we're waiting for those. But where's my pylon in the back of the base? Show it to me, Dewalt.
Well, this is going, I'm assuming, according to plan for Dewalt, because I thought that this Overlord would just sit here and see the Nexus, but it's moved away. So now it just looks like he's expanding, but he's not. I don't think he's going to expand, but he's also saw speed. So do you really want to build proxy gates versus speed? I don't know. No, there's the Nexus. I'm confused by the probe now.
Wow. I mean, Dewalt is really confident. He is absolutely sure. He has nothing to worry about, especially like you said, versus speed. Actually, I guess he's not going to see speed until the Zerglings actually hit the natural, but I mean, you can't take away from Dewalt that he is playing confidently. Let's put it that way. I'm surprised he doesn't have more probes hold positioned over these cannons.
And I'm also surprised he did make a third cannon. I thought that maybe faster gateway would be a better option, but he wants to be safe against this 9-pull speed, so that probe will have huge usage because DragOn is going for 2 hatch layer, and this probe would give Dewalt, if he will not cannon rush him, he will have great scouting, and it might be even more powerful than a gateway.
Oh yeah. I mean, I want to talk about the probe for the memes, right? I want to see in base gateways. Like, I want the most disgusting, revolting Protoss filth on my stream. But you're right, he could just get extra scouting information. And actually, that would be the best way to do it right now because he would see that it's a 2-base.
Yeah, and it's not just 2-base. This is 2-base lair, but there's a Hydrogen coming down. So we're going to have a Ling Lurker, most likely a bust. You can also elevator in. And this is actually going to work out about as well as possible for Dewalt because he's going to go in here, see exactly what's going on. If this was just a normal game from Dragon, sending out your probe this early really does cripple your econ pretty hard, but this is just going to work out fantastic. When's he going to send it in, though? I think that maybe 5 minutes he should go in because that's when the Spire would be starting.
Yeah. Nope, 5 minutes I think is probably the best time. Honestly, if he sends it early right now, he still is going to see great information, especially if he's able to get it into the natural and see that there's nothing there. That would be kind of the dream. Also, I guess you can drill through the Zerglings on the ramp to get through and see the natural. So I want to see what is the purpose. Oh, there it is! It's the proxy pylon.
It's gonna be DTs. He's gonna proxy DTs. Oh Damn. My gosh! He's playing the long game. This probe has sat in the base for 4 minutes. But what is this build Zero from DragOn? We have Lair, but he's
know.
getting speed on his Hydras. I'm so confused at this.
Why would you go 2 speed Hydras? I thought it would be Lurker Bust. I was almost sure it will be Lurker Bust, but now maybe it will be like 2 Hydra drop or something like that. But
so
I don't know
I'm
what
thinking
it might
that
be.
he's getting the Hydra speed to get the physical Hydras into position to then morph into lurkers, but I just, like, you don't need to do that. Like, you've already got the Hydras. Just move them out slow, morph them, and then run the lurkers in. They're pretty fast.
He have 200 gas, so maybe he will want to see show the Hydras to force Dewalt to make a lot of cannons in the front and then drop it to the main. It might be an option because he's doing a drop right now.
Yeah, this is going to be drops, and Dewalt may suspect something now because that Overlord has very fast speed.
Yeah.
We might have a full-on base trade scenario because remember yesterday the DT from Dewalt got true touchdown to 2 drones.
I cannot believe he
came
back from that.
The DT's halfway done. But DragOn's knocking on the front door. He's sending out Overlords also. So once this gate goes down, he's most likely to turn around or turn back, drop the main, and in the main, there's 0 defense.
Oh my god, it might be brilliant. The drop of Overlord is halfway done. The range for the Hydras is also being built, and the speed for the Overlord might help DragOn to save the main base. Let's look what the reaction will be.
Whoa,
what a quick reaction.
Damn, wow, that is very, very fast. Okay, go for the bonus gas drones. Sorry, 1, 2, and
Dewalt lost
3.
his forge. He lost his forge. He can't build cannons in his main now, even if he thinks there's a drop.
Oh no.
So DragOn is in a great position. Even lost the gateway. He's building a Templar, but it doesn't have Storm. It just started. So this almost looks identical to yesterday with True Touch busting the main. But DragOn still hasn't found this gateway. He doesn't suspect it at all. He sent his Hydras across the map.
Yeah, so I think he just thought, wait a second, he must have just like run across the map. But now, especially with it killing off all the probes in the natural, or drones in the natural, I mean, this has got to be it. He's just gonna lose everything. Wow.
Well,
he's got 4.
Yeah, he should go and
5
drop.
drones.
Oh, they will just cannoning the natural. He don't know what is coming.
There we go. He's finally loading up. So he's going into the main, and the cannons aren't done just yet, but DragOn's got to go now. It's at 80, 90%, and DT's in the main again, constantly. We're again down to 4 drones, Rapid.
I cannot believe how crazy it is. He's going to lose every single drone here. This is do or die right now. But hey, I think it is the do. You know, he is doing it. The cannon in the main, you can't stop it. The probes try. There is Storm here. There are some units, but not a lot. That is quite a few Hydras, although they are running into the cannons on the low ground here, which is obviously not where you want to be. So, you know, this is bad for both players, but I think it's way worse for DragOn. Actually, wait, it's just actually bad for both players.
Yeah, and I just saw DragOn went below 50 minerals, but he still does have 2. Well, he has 1 drone now, so he cannot lose. He can't lose anymore, or that's gonna be it. Dewalt can just stall the game out with mass cannons.
Yeah, he could bring 4 Hydras and drop it over the minerals in the natural.
Yeah.
It would be very smart.
There's 2 drones left, and the DT popped in the main. These are the last 2 drones. We have 19 minerals. You can't lose them.
No money.
No.
Oh, there is one more.
There it is.
Okay,
it's
GG.
over.
That's it. Yeah, GG. Wow. I cannot believe that proxy gate, because he's getting, like, this is the Lings have speed. There's tons of Hydras killing off all his stuff. And while you're in crisis management mode, and now DragOn finds the gateway. He's like, wait a second. But I think it's too late.
Is it possible that he will bust these cannons with what he have? It's like 20 Hydralisks overall? No.
No, that's it.
trying.
GG. Wow.
Whoa.
Damn, Dewalt. Damn. All right, 2-0. Dewalt.
Oh, this early probe makes even more sense now.
What a god. What a god. I cannot believe that he keeps doing that. I love it. I actually thought it would have been a worse idea to go for the gateway. It would have been better just to get the scout off and say, oh, it's 2 bases. I'm going to be totally ready for this. But instead, he goes for the and one, the bonus plays, the crowd pleasers. This is specifically so he gets more donations on stream for doing 6 strats. But no. It's actually just really cool to watch him play a unique strategy, because I feel like, especially in PvZ, kind of the early game is like kind of mapped out, as long as I don't guess whether or not it's a gateway or forge expand. But the idea is that you can kind of figure everything out. But Dewalt just plays a really cool style. That's why I love watching him play.
Yeah, and like I said yesterday on Sylphid, I could tell that he wanted to do something with that probe just based on how he was skirting it around, but we never saw it. So I'm happy. Like, I feel bad for DragOn, because that's a heartbreaker. That's I want to kill this guy after this game. But I am happy that we got to see what Dewalt was going for yesterday, and it looked perfectly. You definitely can't show that game to Artosis, because he would freak out.
Yeah, but DragOn idea of the game for the game was so brilliant, and I mean the execution was like just a little bit bad because he didn't manage to save the drones to live against one gateway Dark Templars. But if he would defend against this Dark Templar, he would be in perfect shape, in perfect position. So this small thing which Dewalt did was like just game changer. Extremely well done, nicely done.
Well, it's so good. But DragOn absolutely has the ability to bring the series back. So I just want to get into the next game, because I think, what if this is the Dewalt's revenge, right? He's like, you 3-0 me, I 3-0 you. Well, I guess he's just trying to maybe get the moral victory after losing the True Touch yesterday. But what is our next map? I think this one is Benzene, right?
Yes, it will be Benzene. So 2 players map right now. So what are your thoughts, guys? It's the best 2 players map we have right now.
Well, it's a good 2-player map, but the idea is if you want to go for like some super duper cheese, then you know where your opponent spawns. That's always my thought with 2-player maps, mostly for maps like Blue Storm or something like that. But for Benzene, it's actually a really big 2-player map, so maybe not quite the best one if you're going for some crazy proxy gates or something.
Yeah, Benzene has a big main. If he hadn't already shown that build, this would have been a great map to go for it, because you can proxy in the corner. I know from experience you can do that. So I actually wouldn't mind Dewalt to just straight up 12 Nexus blind. It's a long map. Wow. Now you've got DragOn worried. So I would like 12 Nexus from Dewalt.
Okay, the eco cheese. That actually would not be the worst idea to do. I think it's great to mix in strategies like that at some point in like a longer series, best of 5, and yes, definitely best of 7 that we have coming up with the grand finals. So yeah, I totally agree. I think that this could be a great map for that.
Let's see, maybe. Guys, are you ready?
Yeah. I'm ready. Let's do it. Game number 3 with Dewalt up 2-0. All right, here we are. Map number 3. Now, our 3rd and 4th place map in the upper right-hand corner in green. Playing from Canada, it is our Zerg player, DragOn.
And in the bottom left, we got the very, very strong Protoss. It is Dewalt. So, Zero, what do you think for Benzene DragOn needs to go for? He's already tried macro game. He tried a cheese game. What's in store for him here? What should he pull out?
I mean, on 2 players map, I really like 12 pull with a speed to deny scouting for your opponents, to not let you know what you're doing. Maybe like I don't see a very often fake Hydra busts. I really like this strategy. Like go for a fake Hydra bust and then like evolve your echo, go for 5 hatch, good economy, and try to play a normal macro game after getting some advantage with forcing Protoss to make a lot of cannons when he don't want to. So maybe that's the way you go. But overall, I think like 2 players map is pretty good for us.
Yeah, I agree with Zero, but I do think that maybe Dewalt is a little bit too smart to kind of fall prey to just building a ton of blind cannons. Well, not blind cannons, but to not know that it's going to be a fake bust attempt. But I think that's basically the best case scenario for a Zerg, because at that point you've got all of your infrastructure up, and for free you just get to chill, build a bunch of drones, maybe get another base up, and it's kind of a hard situation to get yourself in. But you can't hide probes every single game in a row, so this time Dewalt has to play like an honorable Protoss player, which may be a little bit of an oxymoron, but the probe has been scouted, and so at least this one will not involve proxy DTs in the back of DragOn's base, which I'm sure he is a little bit happy about.
Yeah, and there's the 13 Nexus for Dewalt. Still Nexus first. DragOn going for Hatch first. I like this map for Zerg. You get 3 bases pretty easily. You can defend them pretty easily. Also, you have those bustable buildings behind the natural. Zero's just talking about having to build tons of cannons for Protoss. And DragOn, we saw his build with the fast lair. I think he should try and experiment with the fast lair again. This time go lurkers. You're going to force out so many cannons from Protoss. It's crazy on a map like Benzine.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
went for gateway first, so it's very greedy, and I really like this opening. It will be like very fast Corsair thanks to it. I'm almost sure that he will be able to make a simulator before the cannon, so it will be even more greedy.
Yeah. Wow.
What do you think about this third base from DragOn? I have to say, I don't think I've ever seen a Zerg player take this base on Benzine as their third base.
So he's securing bottom right and mineral only by that. I don't know why would you do that, but maybe he's like trying to mind game Dewalt somehow with that.
I guess he could try. I don't think Dewalt will be. What is? My thing is this hatchery at the 6 o'clock location. What is that doing there?
Yeah, that's so weird. Like from a theory point of view, I guess you could say like it's a more vulnerable base, so the faster you mine it out, you can just give it up in the late game. But that's just so weird because Zergs don't saturate their bases that well, so I can't imagine that's what he's going for. And behind this, we do have the lair. You also pointed out the cybernetics is going to go up much faster. Look at this greed from Protoss. We have a 4-minute cannon starting. Like, oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah, no, that actually makes me feel bad. I just like threw up a little bit in my mouth. It's just so crazy to see, like Dewalt getting away with this. Now, I mean, it would be actually disgusting if he had no information. This is why sometimes bad players are better than good players, because they'll just do a terrible idea, like building an ultra late cannon, and sometimes it just works out. But that one time out of 100 that it works out is not gonna, help you out usually. And Dewalt's doing this because he is a very good player, and he had a probe that he kept alive for basically 5 minutes on the other side of the map, and saw that there wasn't going to be anything aggressive coming his way, and he could just do that. He also scouts this random base position at the 6 o'clock, and that's pretty wide open. Like, this seems like a terrible base to take as Zerg, because it's just like how do you defend that?
Yeah, it's so exposed, and I love what Dewalt did. He recognized that the Overlord left the natural, and what did he do? Instantly sends the Zealots out, and now they're completely across the map. The Lings are turning around to deal with this probe, but the Zealots are at your third base. So this base is shut down, and this is a lot of travel distance to send these drones back to the natural. So 8 drones are not going to be mining, and we saw Dewalt get one of the most greedy openings on the planet. I feel like he's already just going to run away with it.
Yeah, greedy opening, damage done. Dewalt or DragOn, I don't think he had any. Wait, why did he send the drones back? What? No, that's not what drones are supposed to do. So he's gonna try to fight off these Zealots. I think eventually he will be able to kill them all off. Wait, why are the drones not fighting when the Zerglings are fighting?
I think he overcalculated the power of Lings.
He's lost every single drone down here, or almost. If he focuses, he will lose every single drone down here. That is total tragedy. And maybe the Lings will come down and clear this up. But now the hatchery is down half health. There's less drones mining. This is bad.
He just got supply blocked right when the Spire finished. So this Sair can continue to kill Overlords. This is just a disaster. We've snuck a Zealot into the natural. Because he's supply blocked, he can't build any defense, so the Zealots are going to get
oh my god, such a disaster.
He's building Overlords instead of Zerglings. Oh my god, Nyokin, that supply block is crazy. That's like the worst time to get supply block.
and he's still supply block. This is just a disaster for Dewalt, or for DragOn. He microed the drones pretty well and still lost 3 of them. The Sares, of course, they don't know that DragOn's still supply block. He's gonna get another Overlord.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Well,
Dewalt did exactly what he should. This base was so exposed that he just attacked them, the natural and the third base, and DragOn didn't manage to defend it. And now he's having 4 gateways, and I don't see DragOn defending this fast zero push, because it will be so scary. Such a good timing. It's 7 minutes already, and it will be like 8 zealots.
And it's
yeah,
gonna
this
line up
reminds.
with his
Going to line up with what? His other
gonna line
parallel
up with
line?
the +1. It's gonna line up with +1. He's about to move out right now, and
Oh,
like
he-
he said, there's gonna be 8 zealots, and we have a sunken.
Oh god. I love how you put that. There's 8 zealots and a sunk.
And
Yeah, that's
a
it.
sunken, one sunken, yeah.
I mean, the Sim City's pretty good at the natural, but honestly, like, if you just kill this southern base at the 6 o'clock, like, Dragon's just in such a terrible spot. That's why I'm just like, why do you take that base? Like, even if you took, like, the 12 o'clock base, that might even be better, because you scout it less likely. But, man, I don't know. This is gonna be rough. I don't, like the Zealots could fit through here.
Oh my god.
And that's
That
only
was just too
one sunken.
quickly.
So, something tells me this game may not be going on much longer. Man, Dewalt, what a god. It's just, every single game comes out with something new, and it keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's extremely good.
This drone defense is pretty good. He had no defense other than the sunken. And he's held on, I guess, decently with the linked drones. But Zealots with +1, they're just too strong. The Sares are here, putting DragOn into the red again. This has got to be it.
Yeah, absolutely. Corsairs stay alive. He's gonna keep killing Overlords. He's gonna get way even more supply blocked, and that's gonna do it. GG, wow! Dewalt 3-0 over DragOn to claim $150 and 3rd place in BSL Season 6.
Yeah, so Dewalt definitely turned it on today. He looked fantastic. The DT rush, I know DTs are every Terran's nightmare, but that was perfect. The last game was perfect, abusing DragOn's out of positionness, and then the first game, he's just a macro king and just shut down DragOn really hard. But so nicely done from him, but unfortunate from DragOn. Definitely not his day today.
Yeah. Yesterday he played a little bit better, but yeah, we definitely know that he is extremely good player. He proved it to us yesterday that he's capable
anybody
of
that can go
fighting at the
3-2
best.
against Bonnet is just like a monster. So, yeah, congratulations. DragOn takes home $100 from BSL, and then Dewalt takes home $150 for 3rd place in BSL. That means that most of the prize money has yet to be claimed, and that is, of course, in 1st and 2nd, which is $400 for 1st place, and then $250 for 2nd place. So, you know, that's a lot of money on the line. Once again, a big thanks to Blizzard for sponsoring $1,000 for the BSL Season 5 and Season 6 prize pool. Great to see that support for the StarCraft Remastered international community. So, I don't know how to call the Grand Finals. Before we get into the Grand Finals, what are you guys' predictions?
I shouldn't do it, especially that I'm organizing that and I'm from
I was going to
Poland.
say, you're running the tournament, Zero. How can you be so biased?
I can do it, and they will hunt me, and they will find me and hunt me in Poland.
Well,
so
the other thing
I
is,
shouldn't do it.
it's 2 Polish players. They know where you live, Zero.
Yeah, Bonnie was here, he was casting with me. I'm not risking that.
He's in your house. If you don't cheer for him, how's it going to show good games? I think it is going to be almost impossible to choose who's going to win this finals. It's just 2 of the absolute best players in BSL, and I don't know. You couldn't, like, my best guess wouldn't be good enough to decide like who's going to win this. It's just going to be so good. It's a best of 7.
Yeah.
I'll make the prediction because I predicted 3-2 for Dewalt, right? And we got 3-0. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be 4-1 for True Touch, and that's gonna lead to a 4-3 for True Touch.
Wow.
That's what's gonna happen. The reverse prediction.
Wow. All right, you're just trying to save esports with good games like those. What a prediction.
I really like
I'm
full
super
best of
excited.
7 prediction. That's a good call.
Yeah. Well, Nio can be our give the predictions for all of us, I guess. But I'm just so excited because that's what's coming up, guys. The BSL Season 6 Grand Finals between True Touch and Bonneth. I can't wait, but we're gonna have to because I can't keep casting for another best of 7. So we're gonna take a quick break and then we'll come back with the BSL Season 6 Grand Finals.